Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. Great article here from the Mobile Report. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So AT&T is big mad. AT&T is not happy about T-Mobile sticking their nose into their first responders business. So what I want to say is Verizon also has what they call Verizon Frontline, and they also compete and operate in the first responder business. But Verizon, their approach is different. Verizon has been in this segment. They've had the largest share in the segment, so they're going to let their network and perception speak for themselves. T-Mobile, they have not been operating successfully in this business. They're under-indexed, under-penetrated. They hardly have any share. So now with the new 5G network and all the spectrum they've gained from Sprint and being able to build a new core that has Premshin and QCI and everything else on the 5G side, T-Mobile is going to follow their playbook. And their playbook is be loud, be disruptive, and take share and grow. That's their playbook. So this is a different situation for AT&T. Right now you have a company that will speak publicly and they will talk about the first responders business. So as we know, first responders and emergency workers need to have immediate and quick access to the internet and communication during a crisis. AT&T has had their FirstNet network for years, and Verizon has their Frontline service, but T-Mobile just recently revealed T-Priority, a direct competitor to FirstNet. So before this, right, T-Mobile, they were open for business for first responders. But they never really made it a big point because they knew they needed to grow the network some more. They needed to build Premshin. They needed to get the 5G core off the ground with mid-band and all the other bands. They had standalone on low band, but they needed to get that going. Now they have it going. Now they call their first responder business T-Priority. And that's a direct competitor to not only FirstNet, but also Verizon Frontline. Keep that in mind. AT&T, however, is not apparently not thrilled with Team Magenta encroaching their space. According to an internal document shared with us at the Mobile Report, AT&T has informed their employees that T-Mobile falsely claims it is the world's first network slice for first responders and slams T-Mobile for even thinking of such things. So I want to kind of chime in on this, right? AT&T is not wrong, but they're also not right. AT&T offers first responders a dedicated spectrum bandwidth, right? They don't offer network slicing just yet. T-Mobile offers the first responders, it's not dedicated spectrum. They offer them network slicing. So there's a difference there. But you can see the document here. FirstNet is a dedicated communication platform for public safety. T-Mobile Priority is a commercial offering. Again, like I just said, AT&T offers a dedicated spectrum. So in events of emergency, literally, if it's a big enough emergency, like perhaps what's happening right now in South Carolina, North Carolina with the floodings, every single commercial customer will be kicked off of band 14, and it will only be used for first responders. T-Mobile doesn't have that type of spectrum dedicated for first responders, so that it's a commercial offering, but they're slicing. They're using spectrum slicing for a specific slice for first responders. So it's a dedicated priority slice for first responders. FirstNet is a unique network purposefully developed based upon direct feedback from public safety and overseen and validated by the federal government. FirstNet provides first responders, healthcare professionals, and those who support them with a secure and dedicated network core, dedicated spectrum, and always on priority and Premshin. So they're fighting back. Right. So then also it says here, does FirstNet have network slicing capabilities for public safety like T-Mobile? As an entire public safety network, not a slice of a commercial network. On one day, FirstNet can deliver 5G slicing, like I just mentioned. Right? They're pretty much admitting that they don't have the slicing capabilities right now. You know, one day on 5G, they'll be able to offer that. But they have that dedicated spectrum specifically meant for first responders. So this document explains how FirstNet is different and better than T-Priority because it's a dedicated communication platform for public safety and calls T-Mobile's move a commercial offering. AT&T, like I said, isn't entirely wrong here either. FirstNet offers an entire dedicated cellular frequency band 14 for first responders, whereas T-Mobile's plan is to separate traffic on their existing 5G bands using network slicing technology. One thing I will say about T-Mobile's offering, until something changes, 10 times out of 10, T-Mobile will be able to offer a faster speed and bandwidth. In an event of a bigger emergency, the only thing that first responders have to fall back on is band 14, and that's 10 by 10. So that's not going to be as fast as the mid band and the low band slicing that T-Mobile is going to be able to present. So T-Mobile does have, they have a point there, right? They were discussing capacity concerns. They were discussing first responders, new use cases that require heavy data, right? Not saying that FirstNet can't handle that. You can pull a good amount of speeds on a bandwidth that potentially could be empty just for first responders. But like I said, 10 times out of 10, T-Mobile will be faster with N41 slicing, 7125, and now, potentially moving to 5 carrier aggregation. T-Mobile will be faster on the slicing front, and that's something that they pointed out. But, and that's as crazy as this sounds, this is also somewhat making an argument for 4.9, right? AT&T could use this to their advantage. They could say, look, T-Mobile's over here bragging about slicing and N41 and having faster speeds and having a more robust network capacity-wise for any first responders' new use case. This is why we need 4.9, so we can also put some mid-band to use for those types of use cases, right? This could work in AT&T's favor. But for now, AT&T is big mad. They don't like somebody competing, and T-Mobile is loud. They're loud. They're willing to disrupt in any way. If it's a commercial, if it's whatever it is, they will disrupt this space. And they're here, and they're gonna be loud. So if I'm AT&T FirstNet, better get ready. You better get ready. You have a third competitor now. This move by announcing T-Priority tells me that T-Mobile, whatever they were waiting on, more sites, a little more coverage, maybe more backup generators at sites, whatever that was, they have now gotten to that percentage where they are ready to offer T-Priority. They could have offered T-Priority last year, but they were waiting on something, and that something is now apparently here, and they're ready to go, and they're ready to make their entrance and take share. That's what they're going to do. They're going to take share. They're going to be loud, and they're going to take share. So get ready for that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.